You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm gonna say it. What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. Are you shadow banned for money? So I see this post on Instagram, this video, and the guy was like, you're talking about shadow banning. Do you know who's shadow banning you and why? And the guy was like, well, it feels like it's a racial thing. And he says, not so much. Have you ever considered the fact that if you're on Instagram is shadow banning you because they don't want you to make the money? He's like, what? He says, listen, the Super Bowl has 16 million followers. With those 16 million followers, they can charge $30,000 per commercial. Or was it the Super Bowl or was it like Sunday Night Football? Something like that. And he said, listen, so if you got to 16 million followers, you can charge, $830,000 for a commercial being put on your page. He says, so understand you might be getting shadow banned by Instagram if you're on Instagram. So because they want that money to come to them directly, not to you. They want those advertising companies, those marketing companies to come to them directly, not you. So of course you're not growing at the space you think, because if you did, then you would need them. So, and I started thinking about it like, man, got a point. Do I think, the algorithm, because people talk about the algorithm and how to get into the algorithm. And a lot of times, the people who get into the algorithm, from my experience, if you're not white, you got into the algorithm via another platform. Not necessarily. So if you're on YouTube, there's another platform that made you viral, not necessarily YouTube. If you're on Instagram, it could have been a Facebook, because Facebook and Instagram go together. So TikTok is making a lot of people viral. But if you notice, you can't get your TikTok followers to your Instagram, and you can't get your Instagram followers to your YouTube. You can't get your YouTube followers to your Instagram and TikTok. It just doesn't work that way. And I started thinking, yeah, it's probably a financial reason. There are guys that I can think of who have tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, of friends or followers, but then on YouTube they don't have the subscribers to match that. It's like, man, who is slowing this person down? And it's like, well, maybe the platform is slowing them down, because maybe, just maybe, it's true that they don't want them to grow or us to grow. Maybe we're shadow banned for money because, hey, how come I haven't went viral? How come I haven't had a video that does X, Y, and Z? And mathematically speaking, and they say, make constant content. There are a lot of people who make constant content, but they don't really, they don't see the benefit of making constant content. Some people may make one video a day. A person like me, I make 3. I've done years where I did 4. Oh, the video needs to be this, and it needs to be this long, and about this topic, and hashtag this, and you do all of the, the rules, and it just doesn't quite hit for you. Maybe that's because either you're not that good, they're not feeling you like that. That could be. And if you feel like you shadow banned, it's because, hey, I don't need you making this money like this. You know, a few people can make it, but not everybody. Which makes sense. Like a few people can make it, but not everybody. Come on, that's gonna cost too much. And you got to think about that. Like, that's why everything has this ebb and flow, like up and down, up and down, up and down. And now sometimes, like when this was said, I was like, oh man, they got a good point, because sometimes you feel like, maybe because I'm, the racial issue. But if I do something that's throwing the black community under the bus, how does my viewers and views go up so high? Because that's what the algorithm wants. And that's who the people who make the algorithm, that's what they want. And that's what people will gravitate to. But if I do something that's just, that just makes common sense, not so much. Because that might actually last longer. And people might actually like it, and they might dig you, and they might come back. And you don't want somebody coming back to a person's platform that does common sense things. The people go, you know what, that person's really got it together. White people could do that, not necessarily black people. It's just unfortunate. But part of that has got to be shadow banning for money. Because you don't want to pay for that. Don't want these people to grow that big, and they can dictate, how their brand is put out into the world. That's not what the platforms were set up for. They were set up to be a bridge between us content creators and advertisers and marketers. And the middleman is the channel itself, or Google now. So, hey, that's the reality of it. So tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Peace.